How's it going, guys? It's Jace, and yesterday the DLC dropped, or last night, because I am East Coast, United States of America. So I brought my friend over, and we decided to try out the DLC. So he's playing Gran. This is not my Gran. This is my friend's Gran, and I am trying out both DLC characters for you guys. So first up is Beelzebub or Chaos Bringer. He is he is kind of like a zoner. He's kind of like the third zoner of the game, in my opinion, from what I've been playing him so far. He has a very good fireball. You're gonna see in the video, right? He has like one needle, and then he has the wall of needles. So his zoning's pretty good. It also can be charged up. I didn't really use the charger version too much here, but I play a little bit more afterwards, after the recordings, and I used them a little bit more. But yeah, it's some pretty good. It's pretty good projectile. Um, he has a DP as well, and he has that move, the spinning move, where it covers a lot of ground. It goes much farther than the rest of his normals, so it is pretty good for neutral as well. But yeah, his normals are interesting. So the only plus frame normals he has are his 5L, his close 5L, and his 2L. So he has the Percival treatment, and they also are kind of like Percival in the fact they don't go too far. So yeah, he doesn't seem like a rushdown character at all. His unique being his teleport. The thing about the teleport is it's only a set distance, so he doesn't always travel behind you or doesn't always appear in front of you. It's just he goes a certain amount of distance away. So you kind of have to, if you want to use it for pressure in any way, you have to kind of recognize your spacing, so you appear either in front of them or behind them. But also, he has an air move. You just saw it right there. He has his dive bomb. The medium version is plus. The light version is not. I do not remember the EX one, though. I want to say it's probably plus also. But it's okay. You know, it's kind of telegraphed, especially on the medium version, because it has a charge up or a lot of startup on it. But yeah, it's plus, so it's pretty decent. And the final move he has is that vacuum, right? It's kind of like tandem engine. That move is very good, but it is interesting because it's the only move in the game so far, at least from my knowledge, is you can't use it immediately after, even if it's just normal input. So it has EX cooldown, even on the normal non-EX version of the move. So I think that's the only move in the game that has something like that, which is pretty good because that move is very, very strong, and it would be kind of obnoxious if you can just use it all the time. It has pretty good counterplay too. You know, it beats projectiles if you call it out. The medium version has a lot of startup, but it does go much farther, or it brings you much closer in. If you space them out, they are plus as well. But yeah, it's an interesting move, but you can easily beat it with DPs, supers, anything reversal wise. You can just straight out outstuff it. So it's not the most amazing move ever, but it is quite solid. Especially the EX version. The EX version is very, very fast, and it is plus no matter where you are on the screen. On top of it, we can talk about his supers, which one of them is a command throw. So he has two SBAs, not SSBAs, two level 1s. They're both the same super, but one of them is a command throw. It doesn't go very far. The range is pretty stubby, but it is a decent normal. Decent super, because especially off of the vacuum, you can easily set up the command throw and get some decent damage. The other level 1, or the SBA, is just a projectile. It's pretty good. You can use it. It has enough invincibility to beat out other fireballs, especially neutral. And the range on it is very solid. From a max distance, 5H or a 5M, you can just do super, and it will work out for you. But yeah, both the supers are very, very good. And his SSBA, which you just saw right there, is this kind of wall of projectiles. Yeah, it's pretty solid. I haven't really tested if you can use it for reactions, because it's kind of slow. But, very good damage. I think you do get more damage if you hit them and send them to the corner, instead of... If you do it in the corner, I'm pretty sure you lose damage, because you don't get hit by all the projectiles. I might be wrong, though, but I'm just taking a guess, because I didn't test it all. Overall, his health, he's probably 10k. He doesn't feel that squishy. And then movement speed is like pretty average. He doesn't. He's kind of like Catalina speed. You know, pretty down the middle in terms of walk speed, stuff like that. Dodge is pretty normal. He is kind of big though. As you can see, he's quite the tall figure. So he might have an issue jumping over characters. I've been trying to jump over Gran, especially when I played my friend afterwards, after the set. I would just get constantly 2H from places that I would not think I would get 2H from. So it might be his tall figure might give him issues to try to jump over characters. But he has teleport, so it's gonna be your get all option most likely instead of jumping. But yeah, his damage is very good too. His damage is pretty solid as well. I think he's a pretty decent character overall. Like I said, I think he's gonna be the new zoner of the game next to Matera and Fairy. But I don't know. He might have some offense structure. We're gonna have to wait and see. Maybe I'll develop him a little bit more. I do like him. Like I said before, he's a pretty good character, I think, and he might actually do good against the other zoners because of how strong his projectile is, and the fact that he has teleport is also a nice touch to it. But yeah, I like the character a lot. So we'll see what happens with him. I'm definitely gonna try to play him a little bit more. But yeah, that's it for me on Beelzebub. So I'm gonna let the rest of these matches play out, and then we can go to Naramaya. If you don't want to watch the rest of the Beelzebub matches, you can skip to the timestamp on the screen right now, and I will discuss some Naramaya. But if not, I will see you guys in a couple minutes.
Battle 1. Engage. Great. Down.
なんだと。もっと修行が必要だな。
Battle 2. Engage.
押し込む。
両断する。
隙だらけだ。
両断する。
隙だらけだ。ここだ。隙だらけだ。これで。見た。これならどうだ。ここだ。
弱い。
これで。
チェックメイトだ。Down.
大丈夫。ここから。
Battle 3. Engage.
押し込む。もう一度。
かわすぎ。
重い。ここだ。
両断する。切り刻んで。Great.
これで。君の花なんだか。決着をつける。
Finish.
勝つって信じてたぜ。私もです。
僕たちは空の果てを目指すんだ。
Alrighty, we are back, and let's talk about some Naramaya. Everybody's been looking forward to this character. She is quite popular, of course. And just off initial impressions alone, she is the hardest character in the game. She is quite complicated, so we have a lot to talk about. First, we need to talk about her 5U, her unique, because it is basically her whole game plan. Essentially, it is a stance change. Just to keep it simple, because I don't remember the stances by heart, or like what they're called, so we'll just call the stance where she has the sword in the holster or sheathed, right? We'll call it stance 1. And when she has the sword out, we'll call it stance 2. Just to keep it simple for you guys. So she starts off at stance 1 on every round. She doesn't have a stance 2. At least from my knowledge. So for stance 1, it's more of her neutral stance. So her normals are a little bit better. Also, by the way, the stances change everything about her. Her normals, her unique, her unique buttons, everything. Even her special moves change. So everything, she's basically 2 different characters with changes, with stances. But yeah, so for stance 1, right? Stance 1 is more of the neutral. She has a little bit longer buttons. Her buttons are decent. They're not as far as I expect them to be, but she does have a very, very good neutral tool, which is the slice, which you're seeing on the screen right now. It is very, very negative on whiff, but on block it's quite safe. The medium version has longer startup, but if you block it, it recovers instantly, so she can do stuff out of it, which is quite good. And this stance, if I'm correct, in stance 1 she has a DP. Stance 1 she has DP. She has the sword slice. She has the command dash, which allows her to transform into the other stance, stance 2. And then she has, if I can recall correctly, this character is quite complicated. I do not remember the last move she has. I think it might be the hop. I do not remember though. I do not remember correctly. This character is quite complicated. I didn't get to play her too much. I was more interested in Beelzebub, to be honest. But yeah, we can talk about stance 2. So stance 2 is the more offensive stance. She has the sword slices. All right. Her DP turns into a counter. The issue is it's not frame 1, so it is the best counter in the game because on hit, the opponent can't spot dodge, the opponent can't super. It's just basically instant. So it is good for her that she has that, but it is not frame 1, so that is unfortunate. Also, the counter will always do the follow-up no matter what. It's more like an armor move instead of a counter, to be honest. But I'll just call it a counter just for the sake of the video. But yeah, she has the counter. She has a sword slice. I believe this is stance 2 is the one where she has the assault, right? The hopping sword slash. And then the other one has the other move is the sword slice medium version, which she does twice. But yeah, and then her normals change quite a bit. Both her 2Hs are very good. She has very good anti-airs. The only normals that are plus for her are both of her 2Ls in both stances, and her stance 2 2M is also plus. And that button is very, very good. It's probably the best 2M that is plus as well. Because Gran's also is plus, but it doesn't go as far as Naramaya. But to be fair, I don't know if she's going to be able to get as much reward as someone like Gran, but that button is very good. Also to mention, I think she is the fastest character in the game. Her run acceleration is very, very fast. She gets the top speed pretty much instantly, so that is very good for her. She moves quite a bit. So run up throw is gonna be pretty strong with her. Run up normal because of her speed. Obviously she's quite tiny, but it doesn't really affect her game plan because Charlotta is quite tiny as well. But there's no issues with hitboxes or hurtboxes because of that. But yeah, she's quite complicated. The good thing for her is she can basically cancel anything into her stance. But if you're doing an attack out of it, so let's say you're doing auto combo, right? Say you're doing auto combo, and in the middle of the auto combo you press 5U. The other normals or the other moves for the stance you're transforming into do not come out until the last move is done. So you can't do, 5LL, 5U, 5L into the sword slices, right? Because the move hasn't ended yet. You're just going to get the slash. So, yeah, Naramaya players got their work cut out for him. She's quite complicated, but she's cool, I'm glad they really up the ante on these DLC characters. They have some things that no one else has. you know, Beelzebub with the unique mechanic where he doesn't, one of the suction move doesn't have like normal cooldown. It has EX version cooldown on the normal move, and of course Naramaya having the stance changes, basically changing up her whole game plan. But yeah, she's dope. We gotta talk about supers though. I almost forgot. Supers. She has 2 supers. Stance does not change her supers in any way. She has both supers no matter what. So the SBA, she does this kind of slice up into the sky, right? She kind of hits you forward. She can cancel it to get extra damage, or to cancel it so she can do a combo on your own. It's only been a couple hours, so obviously I wasn't looking up combos for that. But yeah, there might be some uses for it. I'm not too sure. And the SSBA is quite good. It does, you know, it does the million slashes. It has quite a bit of invo frames, and it does beat projectiles. You're gonna see at the end of the video some use with that, where I counter Gran's fireball with the SSBA, and it works out. It does a lot of damage as well. But overall, I do have to mention her damage isn't great. She does have to spend a lot of resources to get good damage. So yeah, don't expect crazy high damage from her. She's definitely not that kind of character. She's kind of interesting. She isn't really any archetype where I expected her to be. Like, I remember mentioning on the trailers for her that I thought she was going to be kind of like Catalina, like a mid-range monster, but her normals don't really go that far. So she's not really that, but you know, she's kind of her own thing, right? Which is cool. So they did a good job on these DLC characters, in my opinion. They both play very, very unique, and I'm excited to see what people do with them, especially Naramaya. I'm more interested in Beelzebub myself, but I'm interested in what people are gonna do with Naramaya, because we have to wait and see for that. But yeah, that's it for me. Hopefully you also enjoy the DLC characters, and the US version is out right now, so if you want to buy the game, you can hop on PSN, you can hit your GameStop, hit whatever you want, and the game is in smooth English. You can buy it with a good old American dollar. So I'll see you guys later. Enjoy the rest of the match, and until next time, take care.
For you. This is for you.
Great.
Heads off effect.
Can you handle this?
Heads up. Take this.
Feel it? Nice one.
I see you.
Huh? Huh? Great.
Ready.
I got this.
Let's finish this.
Great.
Thy name is Muhammad.
Down.
Well done.
I can do this.
Player 1, win. Battle 3, engage.
Ready?
Coming. I see you. Get ready.
Here I go.
Take this. I see you.
Ready?
Coming.
Here I go. Can you handle this? Here I come.
Ready.
Here I go. Ready? Ouch. Great. You're wide open. Here I come.
Take this. I see you. Get ready.
I almost got this.
Let's finish this.
There you go.
I see you.
You'll see. This is my everything.
Finish.
Is this as far as I go?